Here we are. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back. We are at number 52. Pick My Solar Live Deep Dive number 52. We got a pretty fun topic today. As always, Rex Kehoe. Well, not always, I guess.
Most times.
But today, Rex Kehoe, Patrick Crowley. We're going to be talking about, I believe, sizing solar systems today, and kind of how to go into details on what might be best for you. So, how many solar panels do I need? So, kind of a vague question, but there's a lot of factors that are going to go into this, to get the right answer for you. That guy's pretty happy.
Hey, he's installing solar. What's better?
All right, so ask us anything. As always, write us a comment. If you're watching this not live, shoot us an email, give us a call. We will answer any and all of your questions. Okay, so first thing is finding your annual electricity usage. So obviously this is going to play a big part into how we're going to size this system. So what are we looking at here? What kind of chart is this?
Yeah, so this is just kind of a sample of what you might be looking at on your bill. You'll get a bill every month, every couple of months, depending on your utility. But almost every single bill is going to have a graph that shows you your last year, your last 12 months worth of usage. And that's going to vary. This is actually it would be an odd pattern. You usually see higher usage in the summer,
right,
lower usage in the winters, but this is just to serve an example. What we want to do, because because of net metering, essentially,
right,
is offset your bill for the year. Some months you're going to use more, some months you're going to produce more.
Yep.
And I think we'll get into that in the next slide, the
yes,
production. But we want to measure how much you use in a year,
right?
Because think about again, we've talked about this before. A kilowatt hour is a kilowatt hour is a kilowatt hour.
Yep.
So all we want to do is figure out how much you're using, and then try and produce enough to offset that.
Yep.
I took care of your segue, but go ahead.
Here we go. Yes. So looking at these systems' annual production. So why don't we go ahead and just touch base on it?
Yeah. So basically what we want to do, like I mentioned,
yep,
try and produce enough of those kilowatt hours,
right,
to offset that consumption.
Right.
And you'll notice, again, getting ahead of myself, but when you compare the two, you're not going to see one-to-one. So
right,
January, you might use more than you produce. August, you might produce more than you use.
Right.
Net metering is going to carry those credits over. And so maybe in January you have to pay a little bit of a bill, but in August you're going to earn some credits.
Exactly.
And then you can apply that to the next January or whenever you need to use those credits.
Yep.
And so we can kind of look at that one-to-one. There it is. There it is.
Here we go. So this is the canceling out. So as you can see, the system isn't going to produce exactly what you needed that specific month necessarily, but throughout the year, those ebbs and flows. The idea is that you're going to end with this net zero kilowatt hour, just so you're not going to owe your utility anything at the end of the year. That's the goal.
Right, and so that's why this question isn't nearly as simple as it sounds. We get it a lot. How
yep,
many solar panels do I need? I got an AC, I got pool. 4 stories. Well,
right,
not 4 story. We don't get too many of those. You're gonna need a lot of solar panels to get a 4-story home.
Right.
But you got a lot of square footage. Yes, this, that.
So factors.
Yeah.
So we'll go into the 3 big factors that are going to help answer this question. So number 1 is the climate. Where do you live? How much sunlight are you going to be getting? What's the weather like? That obviously is going to play a big role in how much that system is going to produce.
And it also might play a role in how much you use. Somebody
That's
in Arizona might use air conditioning a lot, which is a high user. That uses a lot of
consumption.
A lot of consumption. Thank you for articulating that better than I ever could have. And somebody with electric heating in Massachusetts might also have a higher bill in the winter.
Yep.
And so climate plays a factor more so in your production, but also kind of
consumption as well.
Indirectly into your consumption.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 2, big factor is going to be your roof. So, do you have a good roof for solar? I think maybe that was last week we talked about that.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks we definitely dove into something similar,
right,
which is what makes a good solar roof. So go ahead and look in the archive if you want to go deeper into this specific section. But no 2 houses are created equal. To equal consumers of energy that are neighbors might need different system sizes,
totally,
just depending on orientation, shade.
Yep.
A good clean southern roof is always going to do a little bit better. The example, if you got your binoculars on, you might be able to see these panels. This is slightly southeast facing.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody with a southwest facing roof or even just a pure south roof might need 1 or 2 less panels to achieve that same offset.
Yep.
And so that's all going to play a factor into what your system can produce as well.
Absolutely. And then, of course, the other factor is going to be the panel itself. So what solar panel are you looking into? Is it, you know, a 300-watt solar panel, or is it, you know, a very high efficiency 360-watt solar panel? So that's obviously going to play a factor into, you know, how many panels you're going to need there.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty simple. The higher efficiency, higher wattage, less panels you're going to need. So if you have one of those roofs that is a little bit tricky from a solar perspective, not the best roof for solar, we're gonna recommend a higher efficiency to really capitalize the space that we do have.
Right.
If you have a big old southern roof,
and that's really our philosophy.
Go for it.
I mean, if you have the roof space, why pay, you know, a lot more for just having a few less panels? Just go ahead and get a more cost-effective option. Add 2, maybe 4 more panels. At the end of the day, it's all about the kilowatt hours that you're producing.
Some people like the high end though. You know,
if
there's
you
no need to buy a Ferrari, but I see them around LA every now and again. So
that is true. Well, if you want it, we can definitely get it for you.
Fair play.
That's a pretty quick one there today. Big questions, but a lot of factors are going to go into it. You know, as always, you know, pick my solar, competing solar solutions from top providers. Contact us. You know, we'll take a look at that graph that we showed in the first slides there. We're going to do that design, figure out exactly what system you're going to need to hopefully offset that full consumption and leave you with nothing owed at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's nuanced, but it's simple.
Right.
How many panels do you need? Enough to produce what you use. That's the answer. But if you want to go one layer deeper, that's why we deep dive.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and we will see you guys next week.